What is happening, my friends? Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show, your go to spot for sharp insights, bold opinions, and unfiltered takes on the biggest stories of the day. Whether it's politics, sports, pop culture, or the latest buzz, look, we're diving deep and keeping it real. We'll always keep it real. So kick back, stay informed, and get ready to join the conversation. Once again, my friends, welcome. I'm so thrilled to be joining you all here on this great day. Thank you so much for taking the time out your busy schedule um, to tune in to the Arrington Gavin Show. You could be doing so many other great things with your precious time, but the fact that you take the time to chop it up with your boy for more great conversation. We got a lot of great conversations in store for you today within this hour. This is actually some serious news that just went out not too long ago. Very well-known sports journalist, commentator, analyst Skip Bayless. We all know Skip from First Take, and then he went on to have a successful career with Fox Sports One, the show Undisputed. Now he's uh, doing his own independent route. He has his own show, I believe, called the Skip Bayless Show or Skip Bayless Podcast. Don't get me I'm not sure on the name, but Skip Bayless is a well-known man in the sports media industry. Recently, there was some news that he had been sued for sexual. Let me see here for alleged sexual harassment case. So we will talk a little more about that later on in the show. Also, we have some a sound bite of actor, hip hop icon Ice T, the Law and Order star, was recently. It was recorded because it was caught on body cam, but he was pulled over by an officer um, in his Porsche on his way to the DMV, and the officer gave him a hard time. Ice T gave the officer a hard time, and it was pretty ugly. So of course, on social media, I reposted the clip and shared with our fam out there, who was in the wrong and who was in the right in this case. So we'll talk a little more about that, and also um, a few other stories that occurred um, in the in the gospel in the church world. Uh, Kirk Franklin, gospel legend Kirk Franklin, multi-time Grammy award-winning songwriter. Kirk Franklin recently is apologizing for his acts on recent acts on stage and the clothes he was wearing. And then later on, if we have some time, I'll also share another story that occurred. This is is in the church world. Um, a pastor recently was close. I think it was arrest attempt. I don't know. He might have walked out with the officers, but uh, basically he got pulled aside by police officers during his service. So we'll talk a little more here. So just stay with us. Don't go anywhere. We got a lot of great stuff in store for you. As always, my friends, look, multiple ways you can tune into the Arrington Gavin Show. We are available on all digital and streaming platforms. You can listen to us wherever you get your podcasts at, whether that's iHeartRadio, Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast. You can tune into the Arrington Gavin Show. You can also watch us on the streaming platforms of YouTube and Rumble. Okay, our YouTube channel is the Arrington Gavin Show, as well as on Rumble. You can follow us. And you can also listen to us on our radio affiliate, WDJY 99.1 FM, straight talk out of the metro Atlanta area, as well as online at WDJY 99.1, WDJYFM.com. So there's multiple ways you can chime into the program. If you want to keep in touch with us, because it's always hard to impact so much stuff within the hour, you can follow us on our social media platforms, all with the same name. Blue Sky at the Arrington Gavin Show. Instagram is our most popular on Instagram at the Arrington Gavin Show. Let me see. X, formerly known as Twitter, at the Arrington Gavin Show, as well as Substack at the Arrington Gavin Show. So multiple social media platforms, so many ways you can chime in with us. And so I just want to, I'm over here, I'm looking, I got some got had a piece of hair on this microphone. It was like, I'm like, what is flying in front of my face? Um, so yeah, multiple things, multiple ways you can stay afloat with us. If there's stories that I can't share uh on demand on our show, then we just boom, we blast it on our social media, because a lot of stuff happens in the heat of the moment. It's like, okay, I don't have time to share this on the show, so let me go ahead and share this on our social media. So look, got a lot of stuff in store for you all today. Before we move forward, I do have to shout out some of our proud supporters of the Arrington Gavin Show, like our friends over at Rugged Evolution Beard Care. It is an all-natural men's grooming line that offers 17 scented beard balms, beard oils, conditioning shampoo, you name it, everything that you need, fellas, to help enhance your facial hair care needs. Whether you have a mustache, goatee, beards, you name it, they have everything that you need to help enhance your facial hair care needs. So all you have to do, give them a call or check them out by visiting their website, www.ruggedevo.com. Again, that's www.ruggedevo.com. Fellas, I'm telling you, our facial hair is the magnet to bacteria and grease. If you don't have a regimen that you are doing to help take care of that facial hair, you might as well just be, bald in the face. I'm telling you, if you avoid doing those specific routine things with your facial hair, you'll start having issues with your skin, with your facial hair, flakiness, irritation, brittleness, not a lot of hair, nodding because it's dry and brittle. So I'm telling you, you want to keep it moisturized. You want to take care of your temple internally as well as externally. So I guarantee you will love Rugged Evolution Beard Care. Again, Rugged Evo is the name of their website, www.ruggedevo.com. You can also follow them on social media platforms at Rugged Evo. Facebook, Rugged Evolution Beard Care on Rugged Evolution Beard Care on Facebook, and Rugged Evo on Instagram. All right. Instagram is Rugged Evo, and then Facebook is Rugged Evolution Beard Care. All right, my friends, we are going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll have our fun fact of the day, and then we're going to get it going with some of our stories. So don't go anywhere. You are listening to the Arrington Gavin Show. We'll be right back.
Become a man of distinction with Rugged Evolution Beard Care. Order our scented beard oils and beard balms to help you maintain and grow the perfect beard. Order today. Try our men's care products like the full body exfoliating cleansing bars, body wash, smooth stash, and more. Log on to our website or download our app to place your orders. Rugged Evolution Beard Care. We're your luxury but affordable men's care line. And remember,
rugged is the new smooth.
What up, happy people? What up, what up, what up? Welcome back to the Arrington Gavin Show. Let's get it going with our tradition here on the program, our fun fact of the day. And today's fun fact is, did you guys know that the average person spends about 1 year of their life in the bathroom? I'll repeat. The average person spends about 1 year of their life in the bathroom. Now, I'll be honest. This wasn't a shocker to me because I spend a lot of time in the bathroom. Look, I love taking I take at least 2 showers a day. I'm always in the bathroom because the way if I got the bubble guts and stuff, I'm getting a little older. All right, certain things just it don't sit right on my stomach. Okay, so sometimes I'm in the bathroom, for a minute, and it's funny because I feel like as a man, the bathroom is like one of our sanctuaries. Like it's been a long day, or we just got to go. And we don't just sit down and do our business. We sit down, we just like decompress, right? We're doing our schedule in our head while we're sitting down, or we're like, reading something, or we're never just okay, do our stuff and leave. We gotta like just chillax for a second, and before you know, I'm like, oh dang, it's been that long I've been in here. But the legs start getting numb and stuff. What else? It's just so many other things. So for those who are wondering, is that is it really true? It says here that according to several sources, that the average person spends roughly, obviously, about 1 year of their life in the bathroom. That includes time spent on the toilet, showering, brushing your teeth, and other activities. It says here that the average time per year is around 182 hours. Now, a breakdown of activities: majority of the bathroom time spent on the toilet, followed by showering, and then personal hygiene tasks like brushing your teeth. Says here that some studies suggest that women generally spend slightly more time in the bathroom than men. Now, I'm assuming because women have more prep time, as far as, hey, look, fixing their hair, doing their makeup, this and that and the other. See, I'm bald, so I don't need to worry about the hair factor, but I do have a long beard, that's kind of my, that takes time. Brushing my teeth, like my wife will tell you, Arrington, you're like a woman. You take a long time in the bathroom. You take a long time to get ready. I'm like, honey, beauty takes time. All right, this is my brand. This is a part of my brand. If I don't take care of this brand, then we're gonna be broke. All right. So I'm very big on appearance, and yeah. So don't judge me. Do not judge me. All righty, my friends. Let's get it going with this story that came across my feed, where I was like, "Whoa, is this true? Is this?" I mean, again, right now it's allegations, but this article, when it came out, I'm like, "Wow, I have to share this on the show." So let me go ahead and get up this graphic real quick, and we'll get it going from there. So I mentioned earlier in the program that famous sports media, I'm considering him a sports media icon, because really, and Stephen A. Smith, who is one of the greatest voices in sports media, has always said, "Hey, look, without Skip Bayless, there wouldn't be a Stephen A. Smith." I've heard Shannon Sharp say the exact same thing. Skip Bayless is he's an icon in the sports media world. Recently, there was a story where Skip Bayless is being sued for sexual harassment after allegedly offering a Fox hairstylist $1.5 million to have sex with him. Claims he accused her of sleeping with Shannon Sharp after being rejected. Now, here's why the timing is interesting, because when when Skip's career started at FS1, FS1 was supposed to be like, the competitor for ESPN. ESPN is the mecca when it comes to a sports media. You got Sports Center, you got First Take, which is the number one sports debate show. You got so many other great shows that's up there. ESPN is the mecca. When Skip left First Take, he started his own similar debate show, this time with NFL Hall of Famer, Super Bowl champ Shannon Sharp. That became very successful. It ran just those two for around close to 7 years. Shannon ended up being a huge name, obviously, from that show. He also started his podcast, Club Shay Shay, which grew into a huge media empire, and now he has Club Shay Shay and Nightcap, along with former NFL star Chad Ochocinco. And when Shannon left, Undisputed, that was the name of the show, excuse me, Undisputed, with Skip and Shannon Sharp. But really, Skip that was his show, but Shannon became more of the star. Once Shannon Sharp left, it was a struggle trying to keep the show open, and trying to keep it, airing. No numbers never fully surpassed First Take, but it was maintaining at a certain period. But then when Shannon left, it started to drop. They went on a huge hiatus. Skip came back, rebranded it, had brought in Richard Sherman, another former NFL star and Super Bowl champ. Richard Sherman Keyshawn Johnson, another Super Bowl former NFL star and Super Bowl champ, Michael Irvin, and I want to say it was just those three. Yes, it was just those three, and then former ESPN anchor Rachel Nichols would appear from time to time on that show too. So there was an adjustment. It still couldn't. It was still a struggle. So we're like, okay, what's going to happen with Undisputed? No one really saw it coming, but then you heard that Skip Bayless will be leaving the network, and we're like, wow, like I'm surprised you just didn't try and start your own thing or still stick with the company and try just a new rebranding route or something like that. So the reason why I'm bringing all of that up, y'all, is because somehow to me when this comes out, I'm gonna say months after you announced that you were months after you officially departed from Fox Sports. I'm like, is there some truth to it? Because here's the hard part, guys. When it comes to the public figures out there that receive these allegations, it's always hard for a female that is a non-celebrity, in my opinion, to really who's right already. Who's telling the truth. Is this just a way to get some money? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Because again, you got Skip Bayless, who's a celebrity. You have this hairstylist who, again, no one knows who she is, but of course, a payment obviously will benefit her career. But what I'm going with this is we have to. America in general will always lean to the female, and not saying that she's wrong. This is all speculation right now. This is an ongoing lawsuit, ongoing case. But it's hard because again, you do have folks that abuse power. So it's like, okay, who's telling the truth? Who's telling a lie in this case? Like what's up? It says here that according to Front Office Sports, a former Fox Sports hairstylist, I won't say her name, has filed a lawsuit alleging sexual harassment and misconduct by network executives and personalities. So he's not even the only one, including Skip Bayless. The 42-page lawsuit names Fox and Fox Sports FS1, FS2, Fox Sports EVP, and then Bayless and FS1 host, another FS1 host, Joy Taylor, as defendants. The hairstylist who worked on Fox Sports from 2012 to August of 2024. Wow, she was there for a long time. Claims Bayless of making inappropriate physical contact, offering her $1.5 million for sex, and making disparaging comments about her religion and family. Let me read you this. This is reported by USA Today. Let's see if it has any more in context. If I'm missing anything, because this says here, and this is a quote I'm reading. The lawsuit reads, she brings forth this action because for over a decade at Fox, she was forced to endure a misogynistic, racist, and ableist workplace where executives and talent were allowed to physically and verbally abuse workers with immunity. In the statements to USA Today Sports, Fox Sports said, we take these allegations seriously and have no further comment at this time, giving this pending litigation. Allegations against Fox Sports executive Charlie Dixon. She alleged that Dixon rubbed her body and grabbed her buttocks while attending a party for Taylor, Joy Taylor, that is, in West Hollywood in January of 2017. The person filing this lawsuit also said that she was mortified over the situation and tried to tell Taylor, who she described as a friend, but Taylor told her get over it, according to details in the lawsuit. Wow. It is also alleged an anonymous employee told the victim that she wouldn't be working with Fox Sports after she refused to have sex with Dixon in order to have her contract renewed. The anonymous person also said Dixon was doing this to other women talent. Mm. The lawsuit accuses Fox of not properly investigating Dixon's action for sexual advances and says he used his position of power to coerce women into having sexual relations with him. Now, before I move forward, again, this is Fox Sports 1, which is owned by, you name it, Fox. Fox owns everything, everything. And so here's my thing in this. And actually, let me go back. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Um, what gets me is, yes, so Fox Sports is owned by Fox Corporation, media company controlled by the Murdoch family. Um, so well, I bring this up because remember years ago, because there was even a movie called, I think, Bombshell, where oh gosh, I believe he's passed on. Roger Ailes, that's his name, Roger Ailes. He was in I'm forgetting his position. He might have been president, CEO. He was in a high position of leadership at Fox News. He was doing similar to what this lady is is accusing is accusing Fox Sports in leadership and personalities of doing. Like that existed, right? That was a huge case where you had some well-known figures, personalities, and anchors from that channel that got blackballed. Some of them, grew careers on being an advocate for sexual harassment in the workplace, because this very much does exist and it still goes on to this very day, which is extremely sad because we're in 2025. But hey, that's the world we live in, and it's disgusting. I feel as though that what does this say about Fox Corporation as a whole? Like, I mean, seriously, what, like, you have another similar story happening in your company, and this is really, really, like, it's one person, but if everything is that she's saying is true, this will almost shut down Fox Sports, because she's naming a lot of very popular, because I mean, Joy Taylor, she hosts a weekday program up there. Skip Bayless is no longer with the network, but he was a big name there. But this can hurt Skip Bayless's career, really, because Skip kind of played the villain during the debate format, so a lot of people mostly did not like him. So this right here just gives a better reason. It's like, oh, I really don't like this guy. As I read the allegations to Skip Bayless, it says here that she was the hair she did the hairstyling for several shows during her time at Fox Sports, including Undisputed. While doing work for the show, she did the hair of then personality Skip Bayless. The suit alleges soon after weekly haircuts started, Bayless began finding excuses to touch the victim. Over the years worked with Bayless, he allegedly continued to make advances towards her, and in July of 2021, the lady informed Bayless about a possible cancer diagnosis, hoping to stop the sexual violence, but he continued with it. As a quote says here, that Bayless told her that he wanted to be with her. She then panicked and began rambling that there were cameras everywhere, that she has a child, and that she does not want him. Bayless then grabbed her hands, began kissing them, and offering her $1.5 million to have sex. Wow, this is an aggressive case. So it is an ongoing lawsuit. We will continue to follow up more with this, because again, this is some serious allegations, and um I don't think it will be a, just a brush off the shoulders, outside settlement being paid. I think this will really, really, really um move forward into you know talking in the, on the mainstream media circuit and things in that nature. So um yeah, we will continue to, I mean, when I'm looking at just the names that's involved in this case, uh yeah. We will continue to follow up with this, y'all. We probably share a little bit more on our social media platform, but we're gonna digress from this again. If you want to check this out, you can. You can literally just type in, Skip Bayless and court, lawsuit brought against him, and you can, read it for yourself, get your own take. Please share it with us. Leave us a comment uh below if you're watching this video, or listening on our podcast platform. So we will continue to check out more about this. Let me go ahead and digress from this case, because that is not, and Skip Bayless is a married man, but hey, what does that mean? That doesn't mean anything, because they still pursuing stuff. So that's pretty aggressive stuff right there. Let me go ahead and move it on to let me go ahead and move it on to some politics. Let me go ahead and share about former Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz. I don't know if y'all have heard, but Matt Gaetz has a new talk show now, and because he's Mr. Hollywood. He really, he you could have never taken him serious as a elected official. That man, all he wanted to do was just uh be in front of the camera. Okay, he wanted to do his own stuff, and I mean, you could tell it was moments where he was on the house floor, and I mean, makeup galore and everything. Like, it was all a joke to him. It was all a joke. He was one of the key people that, in my opinion, that wanted to continue to push the divisiveness, even within his own party. He's the one that is in front and center of the division happening within the Republican Party between MAGA and the actual, and then the just long-standing Republicans that is for the movement and for the people. Um, Matt Gaetz, when he left, he resigned from Congress because he was nominated to serve as Attorney General, which I was like, oh heck no, I hope that does not happen. He was nominated by uh Donald Trump. Of course, you have to do, strenuous background checks. So of course the court case came for Matt Gaetz, and for those who are like saying, well, what case are you talking about? Well, it was a lot of cases that he was found, well, not found, but he was accused of. So in 2020, Gaetz was accused of sex trafficking and having sexual relations with minors. After an investigation to the United States Department, DOJ for short, decided not to charge him prior to his resignation as a representative. Gaetz was being investigated by the House Ethics Committee in December of 2024. Now, the House Ethics Committee released a report which found evidence that Gaetz paid for sex, including with a 17-year-old, and abused illegal drugs during his tenure in the United States United States House of Representatives. Now, moving forward, let's see. I mentioned that he was nominated for Attorney General, which wasn't received good by Senate Republicans, because again, Republicans could not stand Matt Gaetz. Matt Gaetz was the person that made it hell for them to choose a House Speaker. Him and Kevin McCarthy, it showed them literally almost going to blows on the floor at the most recent Republican National Convention, and everybody's just looking at like Gaetz like, why you have to be such a jerk? Why you have to be such a wasn't a jerk, but it was stronger language than that. But he was just that guy. He was just that annoying person where you had so many Republican leadership that just did not like this guy. Says here that so anyway, he debuted a new weeknight talk show entitled The Matt Gaetz Show, which is aired on OAN, which is a a right-wing conservative network, which I'm surprised. I thought it was actually going to be shut down because it was that aggressive of a network. But he has a new show on there, And the interesting thing is he has guests like George Santos. Remember that guy? Remember the guy that lied almost on everything on his resume? That was a disgrace, just like Matt Gaetz, a disgraced congressman. Santos was literally expelled from his duties as a Congress. He was representing some part of New York, and it was just so bad because it's like everything you bring up, it wasn't true. It was a lie. It was a lie. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. Oh, that's not true. And it's like, what is true about this guy? So him and Gates, what they have in common is they're both on Cameo, charging people a lot of money to just make messages like, "Oh, I wish you a happy birthday. Oh, it's gonna be $500. Oh, which you know me say this is gonna be $500." Like, give me a break. How does a public servant go for somebody that wants to serve the people to you gotta charge? I charge you $500 just for me to wish you a happy birthday. Like, give me a break, man. You talking about a pure T clown? Let me go ahead and uh, uh play this soundbite. This is Matt Gaetz on his new show, the Matt Gaetz Show, talking with George Santos.
Help me. Give me advice.
Matt Gaetz, let me tell you something. Highlighter is not for you. Stop highlighting the center of your face. It makes your eye very small, and it gives you the glow, not the glow you think it gives you.
But I have deep set eyes, George. How do I fix the deep set eyes?
Look at the flawlessness in my skin. No highlighter needed. You're a Florida man. I'm in Florida right now. When you're tan and you're a Florida man, you don't need that level of highlighter. Here's my honest advice for you, Gaetz. Here's what you need to do, Matt. You need to go buy yourself double wear foundation from Estee Lauder.
What's going on with my makeup? Help me. Give me advice.
So that's you know, the important stuff that occurs. That's what a former congressman talks about on a new show of his. Not about politics, not about you know, the key issues that's going on, not about stuff that, oh, you know, this is what we need to do to help take care of our country. These are some key issues we're going to be talking about. No, it's about, hey, what makeup works better for me, buddy? I mean, give me a break. The fact that he is even entertaining this guy already tells you the kind of individual Matt Gaetz was. And you're telling me this guy could have came close to becoming attorney general of this country? Woo! What in the world? I can't even look for a good soundbite to even respond to that. Like, my head is just it's hurting right now. That's all I can say. It is hurting. I could not imagine, y'all. I could not imagine. Sis here, I'm reading, see if I left anything off. Yeah, I mean, I pretty much said everything that I need to say about this guy because I don't want to entertain him too much. All I want to say is, pray for this country, for those who, and this is not even like a right and left thing. This is just as far as, please do your own research, vote for the person you think will be right for this country. Matt Gaetz was not an example of that, y'all. I mean, for somebody who voted for him, because this man was reelected. I think he was a multi-term congressman, if I'm not mistaken. He was, let's see, reelected in 2018, 2020, 2022, and then 2024. I don't know what district that, you know, he enjoys, but it is Florida. I mean, I'm sorry for all you Florida folks out there not trying to take a shot, but y'all track record ain't looking a little too pretty. Y'all got great weather and all, but y'all track record ain't looking too pretty. All right. When I heard y'all governors trying to push out, you know, banning African American study from their universities and stuff, like, give me a break, dude. Like, that's ridiculous. Or any kind of books talking about, you know, the true history that happened in America. Because here's the thing. Black history is American history. There really shouldn't be a Black History Month because it's a part of American history. That should be just all year round, in my opinion. Yeah, it's make sure you use the Estee Lauder. This is a former congressman again, y'all. This is a former congressman who had access to everything. He already has access. He was there. He was reelected. What did I just name? Like 4 times, 5 times? Disgusting. Let me go ahead, y'all, and I'm gonna go ahead to a quick commercial break because let me digress from Matt Gaetz so he can decide what makeup to use instead of actually being somebody that you can take serious. Let me go ahead and take a commercial break. Don't go anywhere, my friends. We'll be back with more here on the Arrington Gavin Show.
You know, just like a winning team evolves throughout the season, so does your beard. I'm Arrington Gavin, proud CEO of Rugged Evolution Beard Care. With our premium oils, balms, and grooming tools, it's everything you need to level up your beard game. Whether you're a seasoned pro or a rookie, Rugged Evolution is the new smooth. Order now and dominate the beard game like never before. Rugged Evolution Beard Care, because every beard deserves to be legendary.
What is happening, y'all? Welcome back to the show. Next up we have having a little bit of complications with my iPad over here, so I'll get back to that shortly. But our next story is about this gentleman who recently was arrested. It made headlines because for the amount of, I don't know, it just made headlines because it's something that you hear a lot about, but you really never expect, especially the sentence that he will have to serve. So this actually happened in my hometown of Hampton Roads, Virginia. So Hampton Roads, Virginia, I've mentioned it before on the show. It consists in 7 cities. You have Norfolk, Virginia Beach, Chesapeake, Hampton, Portsmouth, Newport News, and I want to say Suffolk. Yes. So boom, 7 cities right there in Suffolk. Hampton, known for being the home of the historic HBCU, Hampton University. For those those either current students or alum from Hampton University, there's always a debate between them and Howard saying, which one is the true HU. And so I'm always going to say, well, it's hard because I have a sister-in-law and a cousin that are alumni from Hampton University. And then I also have a niece that is currently at Howard University. So I'm stuck. But anyway, recently, Hampton was made headlines because there was a landlord that had multiple properties. I think almost over 60 properties that he owned. And he was very racist towards minority tenants. So severe that he recently was sentenced to 17 years. So let me go ahead and play you this soundbite. This was reported by one of our local news affiliates, 13 News, WVEC is an ABC affiliate out here. And let me play this story, and then I'll read you a little more of it on the other side. So
Peninsula landlord sits behind bars where he will spend the next 17 years. Yesterday, a judge sentenced David Merriman, who owns dozens of rental properties across Newport News and Hampton, after he defrauded the federal government of COVID relief payments while racially intimidating his tenants. In part 2 of an exclusive sit-down with Alex Littlehales, investigators reflect on why this case is unlike any they've seen in their investigative career.
This is the first case where we have had criminal charges brought against a landlord for knowingly not keeping the property up to safe and sanitary conditions. They have to certify that the programs are held to a certain standard, and the facts here are so egregious.
But the federal investigation into David Merriman isn't only about what he did, but how he did it.
I think the uniqueness of this case, though, is the civil rights component of that.
Racist harassment.
Derogatory names. Like, do you want me to say them?
Well, let me go ahead and read you more context. I'll read you more in context for those who are listening to me. Says here, okay, this reported by 10 on your side, wavy.com, an NBC affiliate news station out here in the Hampton Roads area. It says here that the Hampton landlord was sentenced recently to 17 years in prison for wire fraud, aggravated identity theft, and race-based interference with housing and employment. Now, according to court documents, David L. Merriman, 59 years old, owned 39 rental properties in Newport News and 23 rental properties in Hampton. Many of his rental properties were in poor conditions and located in low-income neighborhoods to target underprivileged African Americans with limited credit and housing options. Now, from 2019 through at least January of 2024, Merriman engaged in obtaining rent relief beliefs to which he was not entitled, as well as fraudulent obtaining large initial payments in the form of security deposits. Now, prepaid rent and other fees for rental homes that were in poor repair, according to court documents. For example, a tenant identified as EP regularly paid Merriman rent from 2015 until she was laid off from her job in 2021. During the pandemic, after suffering medical problems, court documents state on May 10th, 2021, Merriman applied to the Virginia Department of Housing and Community Development for approximately $15,100 in rent benefits for EP and forged her signature without her approval. Despite obtaining those benefits for EP, Merriman evicted her, citing her unpaid rent. EP then lost all her belongings, where Merriman sent a crew to remove them from her home and tow her car when she was hospitalized. Merriman also harassed his minority tenants with slurs, comments about slavery, mocking comments, death threats, assaultive conduct related to their race, according to court documents, all in violation of their right to occupy and lease a dwelling free from racial motivated harassment, threats, and force. Now, a tenant identified as LG made requests for necessary repairs to the home she was renting, to which Merriman repeatedly made racially derogatory responses. Court document states in April of 2019, Merriman threatened to turn LG and her children into potting soil. LG obtained a protective order against Merriman, who then responded by, among other things, parking his vehicle just outside the prohibited radius of order and intimidating LG and her family. For years, it says here, David Merriman uses his position of power as a landlord and his tenants' economic vulnerability to make a profit, said Brian Dungeon, a special agent in charge of the FBI's Norfolk Field office. He not only sought out tenants in few housing options to rent, but then continued to racially harass and subject them to unsuitable living conditions. His victims were oftentimes mothers and fathers who just wanted to keep a roof over their head for their families. We're thankful for the recent sentence, obviously, and he goes on from speaking a little more from there. But this right here, y'all, this is what kills me. Again, it's 2025. We're still talking about issues that occurs when it comes to race, and that's once again where I get so tired of folks that says, "Oh, I mean, it's not important to discuss, American history that involved, slavery and this and the other." Hell no. That needs to be, they need to hear about this, because guess what? When you hear about stories like this and they're already confused, like, why would he be so offensive? Why would it be? read your history. That's why it's funny. I was I think I was with my mom somewhere. We were about to grab lunch, just probably like drive through, and there was a mother and daughter. Daughter probably was like, I'm gonna say 17, 18, something like that. I can't remember. The mom was, she probably was like in her 40s, mid 40s, something like that. When we were driving in the drive-through, and it was a mother and daughter that was leaving inside the fast food restaurant, walking to their car. And so when we were turning into the drive-through, I'm like, oh, let me let them walk by, because they were already initially starting to walk. Who gives you the hand gesture, like saying thank you so much? The daughter. The mom gives us a look like, just a look like no other, and does not make any gesture, no thank you, no nothing. In my mind, I'm like, see, that right there shows the two different cultures and age differences, because I feel as though that you have more younger folks now that are a little more liberal when it comes to social justice issues, more socially liberal than their parents. The fact of the matter is, those are people that choose not to change, not to learn better. Like, it's just, please don't come up to me and say, oh, well, you know what? I have a friend that's black. That's the worst example. Or likewise, for black people, say, I have a friend that's white. If you have to count, if you know the amount of friends you have that's from a different culture, that's a problem, y'all. That's a problem. But this right here, this is a true act of justice being served, because for how long this man was getting away with things and treating minorities like trash, I'm glad he has to serve 17 years, because look, now loses money. All those properties got to go somewhere. I hope someone buys them out or do something. Like, it's ridiculous that this even had to exist in the world. Let me go ahead and move it on to another story. I thought this was I had this on social media. Let's see here. So, hip hop icon, actor, rapper, Ice-T, Law and Order star Ice-T was recently seen on on video getting out the way with a law enforcement officer on his way to the DMV. So let me go ahead and play that clip. It was interesting. Because I put on social media, like, okay, who was in the right, who was in the wrong in this case? A lot of people are saying that Ice-T was wrong for this, but let me play you this, and then we'll talk on the other side.
Officer, just let you know you'll be recorded, okay? I'm headed to the DMV. That's where I'm going to get all my registration and everything. You know your registration expired since 2021. That's where I'm going. So you have your license expired as well? That's why I'm going to the DMV. You say you went to DMV yesterday? They said the system is down? Yesterday, yep. What time was your appointment yesterday? I didn't have an appointment. They just take me. You didn't have an appointment to go to DMV? I don't need one. Why is that? Because they know me. Because they know you. Is your passport? Do you have a driver's license with you? Yeah. I'm getting that. That's expired. So you have your license expired as well? That's why I'm going to the DMV. You could have drive the other vehicle who was registered and get this one registered. Can I handle this? You going to take me to jail? I'm not going to take you to jail. Okay, can I park the car here and walk to the DMV? I'm going to tow your vehicle. No, you're not. You're not going to tow my vehicle. Let me park my car right here. You're not going to move your car, sir. You give me your keys right now, and I'm going to tow your vehicle. You try to be more respectful with me, I'm going to respect you the same way. Well, then let me. You see I'm going to. No, you're not going to tell me what to do. I'm going to tell you what to do. So give me your keys right now. You're going to go that route. Give me my paperwork here. No, don't touch me. Don't give me like that. Give me my paperwork. Get this on camera. This motherfucker. I'm a foot away from DMV. Keep your distance. You are a fucking asshole. I'm not an asshole. You've been an asshole to me. I'm an asshole. I'm trying to get to the
Sorry for the language, y'all.
DMV. I showed you all the paperwork. Let me start recording your dumbass. What's up, Sarge? Hey, what's going on, brother? How are you? I'm trying to get to DMV to register my cars. Okay. I got all the paperwork and everything there. I asked the officer, could I just go over here or even park my car so that I could walk over there and get all my paperwork together? He says he wants to tow my car.
All right, give me a second. Let me find out what's going on here, and then we'll figure something out, okay?
Okay.
So, as Car Sergeant, we're not going to tow your vehicle while you're receiving summonses. Here's your keys. Here's your paperwork, driver's license, everything you gave me. You're receiving a ticket for no front plates.
Where's all the other paperwork?
It's in there. Everything you gave me. It's in the vehicle. You have no inspection, driving expired registration, and driving with expired license. You're, like I said, you're gonna leave the car here and just go to DMV.
Yeah. I'm walking DMV and handle business.
So you do know your registration is expired and your license too. Right?
That's what I'm going for.
Okay, I'm just letting you know that I didn't know if you just knew your registration was expired. Sir, what's up, Bob?
Let me tell y'all. So you heard, yeah. Hey, when I tell you Ice-T will forever be Ice-T, I mean, like his personality, his demeanor never changes. When I tell you the actor you see in the movie, that's how he really acts in real life. So I go on social media, I repost this clip and I share it to the folks. Excuse the, there was some language in that clip, but I share with the folks, who was in the right, who was in the wrong. So many people have already said, I love Ice-T, he's awesome, but he was in the wrong in this case. I don't know if you've heard, but I think either it was a license or registration that had been expired since 2021. 2021. We're in 2025, y'all. 2025. Ice-T, you got to do better, bro. You got to do better. Ice-T got to be pushing 70. But it's just like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Now, I will say the fact of the matter is I feel like the officer was wrong to say he was going to tow his vehicle. He's like, I'll leave it here and then I'll go ahead and walk to the DMV because obviously you pulled me over for expired tax and all this other stuff. He's like, I'm going to the DMV right now. Now, yes, Ice-T's going to the DMV, but Ice. So prior to that day or, the day you try to make an appointment, you've been driving that vehicle and not even just that vehicle, your license is expired, bruh. Your driver's license is expired since 2021. So regardless of you were driving a different vehicle, you've been doing it with an expired license. Now, to give a little, play a little devil's advocate, would it have been an excuse to say, okay, well, Ice-T is a celebrity, right? He is a celebrity. He's an actor that works 24/7. Where does he even have the time to drive himself? Has he been just driving, having a driver and having someone drive for him because, hey, boom, he got to go here, there. Like, has he been doing that? Because that will help think about it. Like if I'm a guy that's on TV 24/7 and I either go from my house to one event to the other, hey, he probably has his own driver. He's at that age. That's Hollywood royalty right there. He's at that age where he doesn't have to drive. So is that why he let that license expire? Because I'm sorry, 2021 T is a lot. That's a long time. And I'm trying to see why his wife wouldn't have driven him there. And then it would have been it would have been better to say, okay, look, I'm driving there because his license expired as well as with this car. We're going there right now to get rid. And maybe if she might have would have responded differently than Ice-T because Ice-T from the streets, man. Ice-T he's from a whole different, cloth than his wife, Coco. But the call officer outside his name, I know that was pushing it a little bit, but another person comments saying all these years on Law and Order, Ice-T, you haven't learned anything. I think that it was a bit aggressive, but I do think that why would the officer want to tow the car knowing that he's right there at the DMV? Like sometimes it's just folks that I think that kind of act like that will help bridge the gap between law enforcement and the community, because you always have this person that, yes, you're doing your job, but sometimes you're like, okay, in reality, he's right there. He has all his paperwork. He has an envelope. For those who were listening to it and haven't actually seen the clip, Ice-T has a whole folder of his paperwork and documentation in there, so he can be right there and ready to go in and out, take care of his stuff. So he was prepared. I just think that the guy was trying to be, trying to go viral. For one, he probably wasn't a fan of Ice-T in general, and he just, because I don't know, it just seemed a little, I don't know, man. Again, Ice-T was wrong to have an expired license from 2021, but I'm just saying, I still think, and I'm a supporter of the blue. I'm just being honest. I do believe you have some bad apples in the force, but I don't think this was to the point where this guy needs to lose his job or anything. I just think that it was it wasn't even a lesson learned. It's just like, dude, if he's right there, then he's right there. Just be on by his business. I mean, he's getting summons to, or he got caught for having it, expired license. That I get, but to say, well, I'm gonna tow your car if you walk over there, like, now you're just being petty, in my opinion, y'all. There is nothing else I would want to add on to this. The only thing I would say is, Ice-T, you gotta do better. You're grown. You don't need to be getting locked up or be putting in handcuffs for some nonsense stuff, because best believe they don't care who you are, boss man. They will cuff you. All right. They would love to cuff a celebrity who thinks they're untouchable, right? Especially the fact that you star in a crime-based show. So they're not gonna, they won't hesitate to arrest you just like any other person. But I just thought that was funny. So again, lesson learned, y'all. Make sure all your stuff is not expired. Make sure that you don't call an officer or anybody outside their name. And yeah, don't do anything Ice-T would do, because Ice-T was a bad response, bro. I mean, he called him left and right, boy. I mean, and I'm surprised the officer didn't arrest him just to say, hey, look, you just insulted an officer, verbally. I could lock you up. I could arrest you right now, because he could have. Ice-T wouldn't do that in the South. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'm gonna tell you that right now, my friends. Okay, look, we have some more stories we're going to share, but we're going to leave that for our next show because we are running out of time. But as always, my friends, thank you so much for always sticking with me for this hour of the Arrington Gavin Show. Look, we have some great news going to be coming forth with you all. We continue to grow this show, this platform, and we're hoping to get in front of more eyes and listen in more ears, man. We're trying to broaden our audience. So I'll keep you posted. We're working on some kinks right now, but hopefully we'll have some good stuff for you coming forth. But again, my friends, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to tune into the Arrington Gavin Show. Be sure to tune in Monday through Fridays, available on all digital and streaming platforms, YouTube, Rumble, all podcast platforms, as well as our radio affiliate, WDJY. WDJY 99.1 FM, Monday through Fridays at 11 p.m. All right. Y'all take care. God bless. I will see you next time. Peace.